Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we're going to do a do-it-yourself oil change on this Briggs Stratton generator. This is a storm responder 6250 watt with 8500 starting watts. We had a lengthy power outage a couple of weeks ago and we wound up running it for about 8 hours, and it was calling for an oil change. It actually keeps track of the number of hours that it's run without an oil change and tells you when to change it. I can't actually start this right now because this has been modified to hook up to natural gas, and it's in the shed right now. You have to actually hook up this gas hose, so it has to be moved closer to the gas meter to be able to run it. So I can't start it up and test it, but I can drain the oil and put new oil in it and have it ready to go for next time, especially since we're getting into hurricane season and that kind of thing can come up and put the power out at any time, so we want to be prepared for that. So we're going to do the oil change, and it's a relatively simple procedure. This thing calls for SAE 30 weight motor oil, single weight, and that's for any application over 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And it takes slightly more than a quart of oil. I changed the oil in this thing once before, and 1 quart wasn't quite enough. I think it's like 1.15 quarts is what it actually calls for. There's no filter or anything like that. They do sell a Briggs & Stratton motor oil. It's not necessary. SAE 30 is SAE 30, but Napa's got pretty good stuff. And this was sold to me by the dealer that I bought this generator from. We need a couple of pans. Well, we need something to catch the oil in, and I got these things. We got these for free from HelloFresh with some meal kit. And they're not really useful for anything else, so I'm going to use those. I don't think they'll quite hold a quart, so I'm using two of. I'm going to have two of them on hand, just in case. We need a 12 millimeter wrench and a funnel, and that should be everything we need to do this oil change. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drain the old oil, and this is the drain plug. And there's not a whole lot of room under there. That's why I've got the HelloFresh baking pans here. See, and you can't really put it far enough away because the wheel gets in the way. I get the feeling the oil's going to come shooting out. I don't remember how this went the last time I changed the oil. This is where you fill it from, and it also has a dipstick. Set that aside, and like I said, this is just a 12 millimeter plug. That was pretty easy, and I don't know how this is going to come shooting out of here, so I'm going to be real careful because I really don't want to make a mess. In fact, I'm just going to let it trickle down like this. Oh, no, we're okay. Now, what I got to watch is if it fills up this pan, I got to plug it up and stick the other pan under there, because I don't think that pan is going to hold 1.1 quarts. It doesn't look big enough. So as it turns out, the pan did pretty much hold all the oil. I'm going to plug this up. I wish I would have switched the pan out midway anyway, simply because now I have to pick it up. And I don't want to make a humongous mess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out of the way very carefully, since I didn't put down any cardboard or anything to catch spills. This has to be a completely error-free job. And I'm going to put the other pan under here. I'm going to take this out again and just let it drip a little bit. And there goes the plug, as is to be expected. I don't think I've ever done an oil change without dropping the plug. Wipe off the plug real good, make sure it's clean. And there's a little bit more dripping out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip the generator slightly this way to let a little bit more oil out. much of it out of there as I can. I also mean it'll stop dripping when I set it back down, so I can clean this off. And we want to make sure that the mating surface for the plug is clean, which is difficult to do when there's oil dripping out of it. Same thing with the plug itself. You want to make sure the threads are clean, make sure that the mating surface is clean. And I'm going to give this one last little wipe under here where the oil was dripping out. Tighten that up. I don't have the torque specs for this, but if it's anything like a car, which it is, okay, that should be good. The main thing is just to check for leaks once it's filled back up. Now we're just going to put new oil in it. So refilling it is just a matter of putting the funnel in the filler hole. We know that this thing takes over 1 quart, so I'm just going to pour a quart in, and then we'll check it with the dipstick. Now the way this is angled is nearly horizontal, so you can't pour too fast or it all comes spilling back out. Alright, that's in. Notice I left the pan under there to minimize the amount of spilled oil. And now I'll put the dipstick back in, take and screw it all the way in, unscrew it, and it's just slightly below half. I don't know if that's visible on the camera, but slightly below half. I guess I'll add just a little bit more for that 0.15 or whatever it is. That should be about it. And one more thing that I'm going to do, because that may not have been an accurate reading, is get this out of here. I'm going to put the plug in. I'm going to pull a rope just to turn the engine since I can't run it. And now we'll check the oil again. I'm going to wipe it and reinsert and then check again. And I'm getting a reading right about there. So the thing to do, since I can't run it, is before I run it again, I'll have the most of a quart of oil, and I'll start it up and run it for a few minutes and then shut it down and check the oil, you know, the next time I use it, so we can be sure that it's got enough oil. We don't want the thing failing or seizing up on us in the middle of a power outage. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Sure to share and follow us on social media. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think or your experiences with this. And be sure to join us for our next 504 road trip.